Curse words and sarcasm were used in the making of this video. Hello, Jamie for Salty Card Creations, playing with Lawn Fawn's Give It a Whirl die set today and Ink Road Stamps Peep this stamp set. So if you watched my original one on Inky and Scrappy, I did say I did another one. This is the other one that I did on this channel. So the one that I did on Inky and Scrappy was my first one. I hadn't watched I watched the first little bit of the introduction video for the sneak peeks for Lawn Fawn, but I haven't actually watched, the whole video or a whole card come together. Call it being lazy or just, thinking I could manage it. Yeah, it was a shit show. Let's be totally honest. It was. I was so frustrated, and I was just like, this looks like it's supposed to be easy. What am I doing wrong? And it was really because I had the outside of my card on the inside on the other one, and that was probably my biggest mistake. Now, I learned a few things with it. I did like that I put the pull tab on before I actually glued the two pieces together, and I like that. It allows me to know which side's supposed to be the top, which side's supposed to be the bottom. Kind of, eliminate some of that confusion, especially if you already have your image, like I have here, stamped on there and cut out. So this definitely helped me. So I am going to use some super heavy cardstock for that pull tab piece. Because I struggled with this one's weight on that front piece here, so I used Close to My Heart's colored cardstock, which is probably, I don't know if I would say it's 80-pound cardstock. It's probably somewhere between 65 and 80-pound cardstock. It's not strong enough for that piece. I will fix it later on. Not on video, but I did fix it later on. The other thing that I did with this one that I probably wouldn't do again is I tried it with, because some of my crafty friends were like, oh, I tried it with, they thought it needed a stronger piece there. I don't think it really needs a stronger piece here. They used cardstock, so I tried cardstock. It leaves a gap. So you'll see in my final pictures, or you saw in my final picture on the front, that there was like a little sliver of a gap there, and I'm pretty sure that's why that gap is there. The other thing, if you wanted to use something heavier, then I would use a heavier photocopy paper. They do make heavier photocopy paper than, the super thin stuff. That would probably be where I'd go. Making sure that it is on that cut score line and not above it at all will also help eliminate that little sliver that I ended up with this one. But, those are both options. I am stamping my little peep show on the panel here. I want to say I used Classic Crest, Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock in 80-pound weight. Because this is actually going to go onto my my Give It a Whirl scallop add-on, I didn't need it to be super thick. I just needed it to be able to ink blend on and color on decently, right? So I'm also going to make a mask. I know it's not my favorite thing to do, but this one was a fairly easy mask to cut out. It's just that little bunny that I needed. So I did put that on. I stamped it onto some Avery Removeable adhesive sheet. It's 8.5 by 11 removable. It's fairly cheap. I think you get like 25 sheets for $10 or something like that on Amazon. So I use that for my masking quite frequently. It peels up very well, and it's cheap masking paper, to be honest. So for my little peep show here, I wanted to make it look like a spotlight. So I brought in Trinity Stamps Good Morning Sunshine stencil. Now, I did not hold this down very well. It just, it was me being me. So, and it didn't line up the greatest when I was trying to mask cover it. And so, because I was afraid it was going to shift on me, and I wanted that yellow to be a stark yellow, I did, Squeeze Lemonade from Tim Holtz in the Distress Oxides for my spotlight there. But I also realized that strippers probably have, you know, the, I don't want to say disco ball, but they have the multi-light color whatever thing. And so that's where I brought in this Evergreen Bough, and then I ended up bringing in, is it milled lavender? Is that the purple? I think so. I get messed up because my close to my heart colors are like lavender mist. And yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's crushed lavender here. For the purple, those go well with my cardstock that I'm using for that Scalloped add-on, which is Simple Stories Hoppy Easter Plaid. It's a gorgeous plaid. So I just kind of used my stencil here to kind of mask where I needed it to mask. You know, I was doing some sloppy masking, and I wasn't overly concerned if this one overlapped on that blue and green, or that purple and green, because, you know, it's light, it's fine if it mixed. I just wanted that yellow to be more of a stark yellow. Now, I noticed when I was done here that there was like a sliver that didn't have yellow on it or purple on it. It was probably supposed to be purple. I really wasn't sure. I just ended up finding a yellow that worked. I did heat set my image. I used VersaFine Onyx black ink for my image here, and then heat set it with some clear embossing powder because I didn't want it to run. I could have used regular, but because I was using Oxide ink to blend over the top, I did not want my image to disappear, I guess. So here's where I'm going to thread in that Peep This on top. And it's just not strong enough. I'm not going to lie, I probably should have, at this point, realized it wasn't going to be strong enough. I was hoping that it was going to, because I didn't put any die cuts on that piece, that it was going to be, work its way in and out better. I did use stronger cardstock for that one. It's, I think both of those pieces are, or the under piece there was 100 weight cardstock. Now, after the fact, and I had my husband try it because, you know, I thought it was hilarious. And I did only use a single layer of that foam tape, which was probably fine. Although, after the fact, I did end up coming in with another 100-pound weight. I don't remember if I used, I think I did. I think I used the 100-pound weight of accent opaque paper to cut out another one of those circles with the slice in it. I did end up trimming out a little hair, kind of like a pie slice, just so it was angled on that line, so it gave me a little bit more wiggle room when I popped that one underneath it. So I was able to add another layer underneath it after it was all adhered and together and done. And it's better. I mean, it's not as flimsy, I guess. That's probably my biggest thing with this one, is it was just flimsier cardstock, and to know that. Yeah, the other thing is make sure your stamp is all the way dry after you wash it. Yeah, it was not. I did bring in a sand eraser to try to fix it. It didn't fix it perfectly, but you know, it is what it is. Sometimes we just have to walk away. I did bring in my Nouveau glitter pen. I think it's a Nouveau glitter pen. It's one of those water brush style glittery pens. And of course, I had to make my bunnies underwear. Or as my husband would say, panties. I don't like that word. That's weird. Anyways, I glittered them because, you know, as every stripper knows, you need lots of glitter. Just saying. I don't really know. I'm not a stripper. I don't have the body for it. So that is my finished Peep This Peep Show card. I thought it was hilarious. I know. I'm so naughty. Anyways, there it is in all of its entirety. I'm still working on trying to figure out how to make it work. Now, I did end up, like, I don't know. When you're working it like this, don't be pulling on that pull tab until you know that it's going to move smoothly. I even tried cutting that slit a little bit more to get it to go. This was before I've added that sheet behind. It just was not cooperating. I think it was just too flimsy. Yeah, It is what it is. So I did not record the other. My camera was not set up and I was being lazy. So it does work. It's kind of funny. That's all. All right. Well, anyways, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Keep getting inky and stay salty, my friends. Stay salty. Bye.